Hello and welcome to another video from CV Sam. I'm Matt, and today we're going to be talking about how you manage or how you deal with a bad boss. Now, unfortunately, there are some people out there who are bad bosses. You know, we wish everyone was a really easygoing, easy to talk to leader who's dead chilled out, dead laid back, and you can, just really easy to work with. But unfortunately, we do have people out there who are micromanagers, who aren't really suited to being a manager, but usually because of time served and things have been promoted to that position. Today, we're going to cover some of the top points, how I think that you should deal with a bad manager. Let's jump in. So this is a topic that I feel really strong about. Unfortunately, anyone can be a manager, but only a few people can actually be a leader. The first thing which you need to do when you're dealing with a bad boss is actually find out, are they a bad boss? Are they experiencing something in their personal lives which is going wrong, which is making them, grouchy? Maybe they're getting stick from higher ups, other senior management coming down on them, which is then forcing the pressure onto you. Realistically, you want to try and identify and distinguish why they are being a bad boss and maybe bring it up with them. Now, if you are dealing with a bad boss, one of the things which you want to do is analyse what they do good versus what they do bad. You want to ask the question, is it their fault? And try and imagine the most forgiving reason. One of the questions which you need to ask as an individual is, are you being too harsh? Is the reason you're calling them a bad boss simply because you're not doing your job right? And you think that they're a bad boss because they're trying to push you and motivate you to go further? Or they're not being as nice to you as other team members because you're underperforming? To me, that's not a bad boss. It's someone who's trying to get the job done. One of the next things which you need to do when you're dealing with a bad boss is understand their motivations. Why do they care so much about certain things, about certain elements? If they're on your back about getting a deadline done or making sure that a report is done at the end of every week, try and understand the motivation behind that. What's the reason that they want you to do that so much? One of the things that you can do to make your life easier when dealing with a bad boss is to get on their side. The more context that you have, the more understanding that you two have as individuals, it'll just ease that process, it'll build a better relationship between yourselves, and hopefully you can iron out some of the problems which you're facing. One of the things to try and identify here as well is, is it just you that has a specific problem with the boss, or the other teammates as well share the same thoughts and opinions? If that's the case, obviously there might be something fundamentally wrong with their management style, which you might have to then report. Now, I think it goes without saying that if you're dealing with a bad boss, you don't want to let the quality of your work slip. Regardless of whether you're not getting on with your current boss, there are still other leaders within the business which will take a keen interest in your work. You want to keep on the same side with them and not let your standards slip. And ultimately, you want to keep your job. Another good way of dealing with a bad manager is to stay one step ahead. If you know that a weekly report is due on Friday at 3 p.m. and your boss keeps having to come and chase you for that, then you need to start getting one step ahead. Don't give them a reason to come to you and complain. Don't let them have an opportunity to be on your back about things. Be proactive. Do the things that are inside the scope of your job. Don't give them a reason to attack you. This is just more about anticipating what needs to be done and anticipating the times where your boss would come to you and ask you for certain things. It also shows that you don't need to be micromanaged if that is a thing of which your boss is doing at the moment. One of the things which you must do as an individual is understand that your boss won't know everything. So if you're harassing them, if you're going to them constantly with loads of different questions, loads of different things, it's best to assume that they're not going to have all the answers. There are other people within the business that they will have to liaise with to get them answers. So if that is one of the things that are causing problems, maybe it's that frustration that they don't have all the answers and they can't provide that to you. Now, one of the things which you can do as an individual to combat a bad boss is sort of become an informal leader yourself. Take charge of your own work. Anticipate what needs to be done. Your teammates will recognise this and they will follow the same pattern and they will value you and see you as an informal leader. That will then hopefully shine through to other senior managers within the company and will put you in good stead for being a leader as well. One of the final things which you can do is identify the triggers from your bad boss. Identify what makes them flip, what makes them angry, what makes them target you as an individual. You want to pinpoint these triggers and you want to fix them. Now, obviously, this can go to some serious lengths. You know, if it's not just you that's having this problem and it is the management style of this particular individual and everyone shares the same opinion, then maybe it is a good time to consider going to HR. You know, in a professional, formal manner. It's not so much ganging up on people, but getting an opinion as a collective. You know, if it's just you making the complaint, it doesn't have as much strength as other people making the same complaint as well. If it's that unbearable, then maybe it's time to start looking for another role within another business. If you are looking for another role and you do need a CV, don't forget that we are over at cvsam.com. CVSam is a free online creation platform. It takes less than 60 seconds to sign up. You can create multiple different CVs for loads of different jobs that you're applying for, all hosted in one place, really easy to use. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was useful to you. If you took anything away from this video that you liked or that you disliked, leave a comment down below and we'll be sure to obviously correct it. Maybe make another video on it as well. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and obviously hit the bell notification icon as well to get an update as to when we post more videos. So don't forget, we're over at cvsam.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time. Take care.